You want a high-paying tech job, so what's up everyone, Alex here. Let's talk about something that's on a lot of people's minds, especially if you're a student or just starting out. How do you actually land one of those high-paying jobs in computer science? It seems like everyone's talking about six-figure salaries right out of college, but the path to get there can feel a little murky. There's a ton of advice out there, some good, some not so good. It can get overwhelming pretty fast, trying to figure out what to learn, where to apply, and what actually matters to recruiters. This video is my attempt to clear up some of that noise. I wanted to put together a practical step-by-step guide that cuts through the fluff and gives you a clear roadmap. Think of it as a playbook for students, career changers, or anyone aiming for the top tier of the tech industry. We're going to break it all down, piece by piece, from the foundational choices you make early on, to the final strategies for sealing the deal with the top company. No gatekeeping, no magic formulas, just a solid, actionable plan. My goal here is to give you the information I wish I had when I was starting out. We'll cover the specific skills, the portfolio you need to build, how to navigate the interview process, and even which companies to target. By the end of this, you should have a much clearer picture of what it takes. So, grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's get into it. This is how to land a high-paying job in computer science, step by step. Alright, first things first. Before you write a single line of code, you have to decide where you're heading. Computer science isn't just one thing, it's a massive field with a bunch of different specializations, and honestly, some pay a lot better than others. We're talking about fields like software engineering, which is kind of the classic, versatile path. Then there's data science and machine learning, which are exploding right now because, well, data is the new oil. And you can't forget cybersecurity. As long as there are hackers, there will be a huge demand for people who can stop them. Artificial intelligence is another big one, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. The key here is to do a little research and find the intersection of what you're genuinely interested in, what you could be good at, and what the market is willing to pay a premium for. Don't just chase the highest salary number you see on a blog post. If you hate statistics, a career in data science is going to be a miserable grind, no matter the paycheck. Spend some time watching videos, reading articles, and maybe even talking to people in these fields. Find a path that excites you, because that genuine interest is what will keep you motivated through the tough parts of learning and building your career. So once you've picked a lane, it's time to build the engine. This means getting your hands dirty and acquiring the technical skills that companies are actively hiring for. At the core of almost any of these paths are programming languages. For software engineering, you're looking at staples like Python, JavaScript, and Java. If you're leaning towards data science, Python is king, along with R and SQL. For mobile development, it's Swift for iOS and Kotlin for Android. But it's not just about the languages, it's also about the frameworks and tools that go with them, like React for web development or TensorFlow for machine learning. But here's the real key, and it's something that separates the good from the great. It's not just about knowing syntax, it's about mastering the fundamentals of problem solving and algorithms. You need to be able to break down a complex problem into smaller, manageable pieces, and write clean, efficient code to solve it. This is where data structures and algorithms, DSA, come in. And as you advance, you'll need to understand system design, how to architect large, scalable applications. These are the skills that get tested heavily in interviews and are crucial for actually doing the job well at a high level. Now let's talk about credentials. The big question, do you need a 4-year computer science degree? The honest answer is, it's helpful, but it's not the absolute requirement it once was. A degree from a good university provides a structured learning path, a solid theoretical foundation in things like operating systems and computer architecture, and importantly, a powerful recruiting network. Big tech companies heavily recruit from top CS programs, so it definitely gives you a leg up. It signals a certain level of commitment and foundational knowledge to employers. However, if a traditional degree isn't in the cards for you, don't panic. The tech industry is probably one of the most meritocratic fields out there when it comes to skills. There are plenty of alternative paths. Coding boot camps can be a great way to get job-ready skills in a very short, intensive period. Online learning platforms are full of high-quality courses, and professional certifications are becoming increasingly valuable. Getting certified in a specific cloud platform like AWS or Google Cloud, or earning a security certification like the CEH for ethical hacking can be a powerful way to validate your skills to an employer, sometimes even more so than a general degree. Okay, so this might be the single most important step in this entire guide. A strong portfolio is your proof. It's one thing to say you know how to code, it's another thing entirely to show it. Your portfolio, usually hosted on GitHub, is where you showcase your real, tangible projects. And honestly, this isn't about class assignments or simple tutorial follow-alongs. I'm talking about building unique, interesting applications from scratch. Think of a problem you have and build a tool to solve it. Or, try recreating a feature from a popular app. The goal here is to demonstrate your ability to think like an engineer and see a project through from idea to deployment. And hey, it's not just about having the final code there. A great GitHub profile has clean, well-documented code, and a detailed README file for each project explaining what it does, the technologies used, and how to run it. Another pro-level move is to contribute to open-source projects. This shows you can read and understand a large existing code base and collaborate with other developers, skills that are directly transferable to a real job. And, for an extra edge, participating in coding competitions or hackathons can be a great way to build cool projects under pressure and add some impressive achievements to your resume. So, theory and personal projects are great, but companies want to see that you can apply your skills in a professional environment. This is where real-world experience comes in. And honestly, the classic way to get it is through internships. You should start looking for internships as early as you possibly can. Even a first or second year internship at a smaller company is incredibly valuable. It teaches you things you just can't learn in a classroom, like working with a massive legacy code base, navigating team dynamics, and understanding the full software development lifecycle from planning to deployment and maintenance. But, internships aren't the only way. If you're struggling to land one or if you're not on a traditional student path, you can totally create your own experience. Look for freelance gigs on platforms like Upwork or Fiverr. It might not be glamorous at first, but it's real work for real clients. You could also offer to build a website or a simple application for a local business or a nonprofit organization. Volunteering your tech skills is another fantastic option. All of these experiences teach you how to work on a team, meet deadlines, and deliver a finished product, all things that recruiters look for. Okay, you've got the skills, the projects, and some experience. Now it's time to actually get the interview. This is a game in itself, and you need to play it well. It starts with your resume and your LinkedIn profile. These are your marketing documents. Your resume needs to be clean, concise, and tailored to every single job you apply for, highlighting the skills and projects most relevant to that specific role. Use action verbs and quantify your achievements whenever possible. Your LinkedIn should be a more detailed, living version of your resume, complete with a professional photo and a headline that clearly states what you do and what you're looking for. Once your profiles are polished, you have to prepare for the interviews themselves. For tech roles, this almost always means a technical screening. You need to be ready for data structures and algorithms questions. This is where platforms like LeetCode, HackerRank, and Algo Expert become your best friends. You have to practice, practice, practice. It's not about memorizing solutions, but about understanding the patterns. For more senior roles, you'll also face system design interviews, where you'll be asked to architect a large-scale service like a newsfeed or a URL shortener. Practice these by watching mock interviews and whiteboarding solutions yourself. Here's a truth about the job market that people don't talk about enough. Applying online through a company's career portal is often the least effective way to get a job. It's like shouting into the void. A huge percentage of hires, especially at top companies, come from employee referrals. A referral from a current employee can get your resume out of the giant digital pile and put it directly in front of a recruiter or hiring manager. It's a massive advantage. So how do you get them? You network. Networking isn't about being slick or asking everyone you meet for a job. It's about building genuine relationships. Start with people you know. Connect with seniors from your university or boot camp who are now working in the industry. Join online tech communities on platforms like Discord, Slack, or Reddit. Participate in discussions and offer help where you can. Attend virtual or in-person tech meetups, workshops, and conferences. The goal is to connect with people, learn from their experiences, and let them get to know you. When a relevant position opens up at their company, you'll be top of mind for a referral. Last but not least, you need to be strategic about where you apply. While a good CS job anywhere is great, we're talking about landing a high-paying job, and the truth is, compensation varies dramatically between companies. The top payers are typically the big tech giants, often referred to as FANG or whatever the current acronym is. Companies like Google, Meta, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Microsoft consistently offer the highest salaries, best benefits, and most impressive stock packages, especially for new grads. But big tech isn't the only game in town. High-growth, venture-backed startups can also offer very competitive compensation, often with significant equity that could be worth a lot down the line. The fintech industry, companies that blend finance and technology, is another sector known for paying top dollar to attract top engineering talent. Do your research on sites like levels.fyi to see real verified salary data. Be ambitious. Don't be afraid to apply to your dream companies. The worst they can say is no, and the interview experience you gain is valuable in itself. Aim high. So there you have it, an 8-step roadmap to landing that high-paying job in computer science. We went through choosing your specialization, building the right skills, creating a killer portfolio, getting experience, and mastering the job search process all the way to targeting the top companies. It's a lot, I know. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a marathon that requires dedication, strategy, and a lot of hard work. But the key is that it's an achievable marathon. Every single step is something you can start working on today. The most important thing is to just start. Pick one thing from this video and do it this week. Choose a path. Write the first line of code for a new portfolio project. Update your LinkedIn profile. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and your journey to a top-tier tech career is no different. Start building momentum now, and you'll be surprised how far you can go in a year. And here's a bonus tip. Don't forget to develop your soft skills, communication, teamwork, and leadership. They're what will turn a good job into a great long-term career. They're key for long-term success. I really hope this guide was helpful and gave you some clarity. This is a topic I'm passionate about, and I want to see you all succeed. If you found value in this video, you know the drill. Hitting that like button and subscribing really helps the channel out, and I genuinely want to hear from you. Share your own experiences, ask any questions you have, or let me know what step you're working on right now down in the comments below. I'll be reading through them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.